Coming up on the next episode. Good morning, YouTube. It is 9:56 in the morning. This is the Friday flap. I am going to the intersection that I spoke of last Friday during my flap. It is the intersection of US 31 and US 50, just outside of Seymour, just east of Seymour, I should say. I'm going to flash up a picture on the map and the satellite photo, and gives you a good indication of where I will be sitting, and I'll let you see that, and that way you can know basically what I'm looking at and where I'm at looking at it. And this one will be a little bit different because I plan on using my Canon PowerShot for recording the intersection as I do my flap. I'm going to see how it works out. I've got two batteries, two freshly charged batteries, and hopefully that will give me enough time to do that with the Canon. The Canon does have a little problem with the recording stopping after it fills up the memory to a certain point. For 4.3 gigabyte, I believe, is as far as it goes before it shuts off, and then you have to restart it and do it that way. So I'll try to stitch it together the best I can, and we'll go from there. But we're going to be using the dash cam, the Yuko, the one I'm recording on right now, as well as for a comparison, just to see the difference of the two cameras. And that should be interesting in itself. So let us go on our way to our destination, and we will talk to you then. Well, you can see this is our image here so far. Not crazy about all the little trees in that way, but it is what it is. Alright, well, you can see this is our image here so far. Not crazy about all the little trees in that way, but it is what it is. They're doing a lot of construction here and stuff like that. So let me get the other camera set up, and we'll start with that. Alright, I think I have everything set up now going. I have the Canon placed on the, what do you call it? And it is recording. I think that's going to turn out pretty good. I think the dash cam is still recording. And I have the ZE-1 recording. I have about everything going. So, I don't know how long. I'll watch the Canon best as I can here. And I've got a minute in. I'm thinking 7 or 8 minutes is about as far as it goes before it shuts off. Trying to read the other, I think it says recording is what it says. Pretty sure anyway. I did zoom in just a bit on the Canon to get a little bit better image of what we're looking at. And hopefully that does work out. Again, apologize for the trees in the way. That, but you can see everything, I think, going on there. Pretty easy. And like I say, it's a busy intersection, always has been. Even though we have I-65, with the advent of US 50 going through it, basically there's a lot of truck traffic that gets off there, again, to go east and west on US 50. As you can see, there's quite a bit of truck traffic here. And like I say, it is, you know, that's just the way it works, because when you're near interstate like that, your main road, surface streets, whatever you want to call them, U.S. highways, even state highways, main thoroughfares, are, you know, used a lot by truck traffic for going, you know, for basically, you know, the alternate, not an alternate route, but the in other words, there's no expressway going east and west, so that's the next best thing to that, and that's the way that works. All right, enough about that. Let's get on to the Friday flap. The Friday flap is going to be about some remorse that I am feeling on the MFP. I think somewhere along the line somebody mentioned this, but I don't recall who or when or anything like that. But I do think somebody actually mentioned this, and like, why wasn't I doing this? And that's a good question. Probably the most useful item that I could have put into the MFP would have been my little component tester. You guys all know what these are. They're I think billed as transistor testers, but they will test transistors, they will test capacitors, they will test resistors, inductors, diodes. They test it all, and they give you a nice little display readout of what you got and how it's hooked up and which ends which. You know, I think it would have been the ultimate tool for installing an MFP. And I'm really disappointed in myself that I didn't do that. Again, I think somebody may have mentioned it, and I don't know why I even discounted the idea, but it is just, you know, beyond me that I did that. And I have thought very seriously, and I haven't decided for sure yet, but I have thought very seriously about altering the setup just a bit, just enough to make it workable. And I think I can do that. I'm going to order another one of those. I've got one now, but I want to order another one just in case something goes wrong when I start to install it or something like that, because, you know, it just works that way. But anywho, that's what the plan is there for that. And no, I didn't forget about the MFP. I have been doing a little bit here and there and things like that. So that's what's going on there. Already at 5 minutes. Let's see. I'm trying to watch this Canon. The only thing I'll have to do is start it over. The battery should still be good. Like I say, it's a freshly charged battery in there. I can't really see. I should have brought my glasses, I guess. But anyway, like I said, I should have included that little tester, and that's really stupid of me. But you know, hey, we all do stupid things now and then, I think. I hope other people do stupid things. You know, that's that. You know, and I like I say, I'm seriously considering doing some alterations and getting that included in there, because it would be very, very useful addition to the MFP. So thinking really serious about that. So Bob and I have been playing around with some clamps that we found on a video as for useful tools to 3D print, and it was kind of funny because Bob downloaded one of the Thingiverse files for the clamp. It's called the can't something clamp, and I can't think of the name of it. But anyway, it basically is a jaw type clamp that can be used to hold things together or hold something, a screw or whatever. And like I said, he downloaded the files, but then he put it into Cura to take a look at it to see how big it was going to print, things like that. And basically, you can't even see it in Cura. It's that small. So I downloaded the file, did the same thing. I thought, well, I'm going to see how small it really is. And there really is no seeing it in Cura. You just have to know it's there and click on it. And once you click on it, then you can rescale it. And to give you an idea of how big to make it is 1,600 times the size that it comes from the file. So that's quite a bit of upscaling there of the size. But anyway, I think that's what Bob printed his out, and I think that's what I'm going to print mine out at. I may print a smaller one as well, maybe just 1,000 times, and go from there. But like I say, it's something to play around with. I think it might be useful. Same time, I don't know, but you know, it's plastic. I don't know what the kind of clamping force you're going to get out of plastic, but you know, again, it depends on what you're working on. I mean, you know, it might be all right. So, you know, kind of going to go from there and do that. Like I say, I'm kind of watching again the Canon. It's at 8 minutes now, 8, 12, 13, 14. And so hoping that stays just a little bit longer. I don't know how long it will. I'm at 1280 by 720, 720p on the Canon. And of course, if you're watching the dash cam footage, I'll switch between them now and then, and you can see the difference. But like I say, it's at 720p also. So of course now it's a very cheap Chinese camera, where the Canon is a much more high quality camera, and so it should have some better images, I would think, especially with it zoomed in a little bit like that. So anywho, that's that. Trying to see if I can get a little bit better. Yeah, I think I've got about the best picture I can get on that. I'm at 9 minutes now. Kind of watching here. You know, I think there would be something to tell me. Well, when the little record thing goes off, I'm sure that means I've stopped recording. I think it makes a noise also, a little beeping noise. Not really sure, but we'll see, I guess. That's mainly what this is about, this Friday flap, is testing this out and seeing how well it works or doesn't work. And we'll go from there. But anyway, that's what's going on with the 3D printers. I'm probably, when I go home, I'll probably put this together, and then I'll start printing that clamp. And there's several parts to it, so you know, that's going to be something you have to basically, you know, put together and things like that. I might link to the video down below and in the description, just so you can see what it looks like and how it works and things like that, and that will be helpful just in case you're thinking about something like that. I was very impressed with the prints that were on the 3D Printer Thursday video. The guys that submitted those, I really do appreciate that. Pat's Junk Drawer, and Ron from Ron's, I can't ever think, Ron C is I remember Ron C pretty easy, but the rest of it I can't ever think of. It's something Workshop and stuff like that. But I'll flash up the what do you call it, the name. And then Ranham 335, Randall, he's the one that did the old goat's goat. If you guys know, watch old Bill there, the old 64 goat, and he did that goat for him. And so I knew he was a avid 3D printer, and so I picked his brain and asked him to do that, and he did. So that's good. I'm at 11 minutes now. I'm just wondering how long this is gonna go. You know, I never thought about it, but maybe because it's staying in one spot like that, it doesn't use as much memory. I'm just guessing. When there's a lot of, well, of course there's a lot of action there, I'm sure, because of the traffic moving back and forth. But, you know, don't know exactly how much it is. but it still says it's recording, so I guess we're going to record on a little bit further. So, not sure what else is coming up. I don't know exactly how much more I'm going to do on the MFP before I really get into working on it earnestly. And so that's going to be coming up. The next exact thing I've got to do is drill the holes for the banana jacks for the power supply itself and get that done, and the switch. Now the problem with the switch is I don't know exactly where I'm going to put it, keep it out of the way of the variac and things like that, and the meters, because they're taking quite a bit of space up there. I've thought about maybe putting it on the end, on the plastic end, and just doing it that way. It might be a better way of doing it. I don't know. That's just a thought. I'm gonna really get down seriously and try to figure this out myself. But anywho, that's gotta be done. So working on that as well. As anybody that's following the stimulus knows, the stimulus did pass the House and Senate, and it did get signed by President Biden. And so I've heard some people say that as far as news organizations say, that the checks could start going out this weekend. Most people say next week. So kind of looking forward to that. I've got my list. I've got my list compiling on the computer, and I've got several items on there that I'm going to buy, or that I want to buy, I should say. And my daughter, just like clockwork, texted me last night and said, "Hey, we're going to go camping. You want to go?" In July is basically what she was talking about, and I said, "Well, yeah, sure." So that's going to be another expense that I really hadn't planned on, but you know, again, with the money coming in, it should be easy to do. Again, that's in July, and we will probably go to the same campground down in Kentucky, down around Cave City, Mammoth Cave, that area. Jellystone, I think, is the name of the park. It's been a while since we've been there. We were going to go this past summer, but with COVID, everything was just kind of locked up, and you know, nothing was happening. And I think she's going to make sure that everything's going on this year, instead of being all, you know, camping is nice just to get away and do that, but you know, she likes to go and do the activities around the pool and things like that, and you know, around the park, and they have a lot of interesting activities, and she likes to do that. And so for the grandkids, I think mainly for that, because the kids are too old that you know, they don't really care. But anywho, that's what's going on in July. So don't know what exactly it was. Yeah, I'm up to 1450 now. Diesel Pete's. I didn't think I could get that much out of one thing here, but it looks like I am. So I shouldn't be worrying about this so much, but I should be just concentrating on what I'm flapping about. But anyways, you watch the traffic flow. That's what's going on there, and I can't think of anything else offhand that I'm working on. That's pretty much it. Oh, the second COVID shot, I did get that. Was that Tuesday? Yes, Tuesday I got that, and Wednesday I went to the doctor, got some blood work done, got to go to their new office, which is out of town just a bit. I was telling somebody that yeah, it only took a few minutes to get to the one at the hospital, but this one takes a little bit more time, closer to 15 minutes to get there. And but it's not a big deal. It's like I say, it's right out of town. It's not that far. And it's a nice office, and you know, things like that. So that went well. I mean, she didn't have too much problem getting the blood out, and so we got that done. And then I go back next Wednesday for the follow-up. Basically, sometimes it's physical, sometimes it's just going over the results of the blood work. I don't know, whatever it is. That's when I'm going to go back to do that. So that'll be fun. So anyway, I never know what to expect, because you know, sometimes they do the physical and sometimes they don't, and so you just never know. But anywho, that's that. As far as the vaccine was concerned, I did that Tuesday and Wednesday evening. I don't know if it was the combined, blood withdrawal and the taking of, or the getting the shot or what, but I had flu-like symptoms. We'll put it that way. I was feeling achy, feverish, and I was talking to Bob about it. He said, well, Bob said that's exactly what it should do, because the first shot gives you antibodies, and then the second shot, that's the antibodies reacting to the second shot. So, and made sense to me, perfect sense. And so I think that's probably what it was, and I'm not gonna be too concerned about it, because again, last night I had less symptoms, but I went ahead and took Tylenol so I could get some sleep, and I did sleep well the last 2 nights, very well. And it seems like when I take Tylenol before I go to bed like that, especially if I'm anywhere near achy and feverish, I wake up in the morning and feeling pretty darn good, and that's a good deal. I like that. So that's that, and today I feel just fine, and like I said, I think that's all it was just the reaction to the second shot, and so I don't see any problems with that. Now, they say for full effectiveness for the vaccine itself, 2 weeks after you get the shot. So I've decided to basically avoid people for two more weeks. I don't really get out and do anything anyway, so I did go to Subway last night and got a tuna sub. Of course, I go through the drive-through. I mean, it really, there's no interaction with people there anyway. So like I said, there's somebody handing me a bag out the window, and taking my card, charging my card and things like that, but that's about it. It's just, that's all the interaction you really have. And one of the things is this pandemic has done for me anyway, is get things more like I like them. I just kind of like dealing that way with the public, and always have. I just don't like being around people that much, and so I think it actually has been helpful to me as far as the way it works. So I am using my little Chinese tripod that I got with I forget which camera it was. It wasn't the camera, it was one of the lights I got, the spotlight, I think, for testing, and I think that's where that came from. And I ended up buying another one from China, and I thought I had one in the car, and I was going to leave one in the car and have one in the house, and then I couldn't find the one in the car, and then I went back into the house, could find one in the house. So it took me a while to find it, but I did find it, and I've got it set up on the dash. Basically, it's sitting on the hump over the speedometer and the steering wheel, and it's a pretty good place to put it, I think, and it seems to be staying there very well. And we're almost up to 20 minutes now on this recording, and I'm gonna go until it ends, so I guess we're gonna have to go a little longer, and we'll see what happens. But once it does end, I will probably say something about on this camera here, and like I say, we'll go from there. Looking at the traffic flow, I'm trying to see how hard it is going to be get out of here, and I'm going to have to go out the other way, not the way I came in, because I don't think you can go across there. Pretty darn sure you can't. And even if you could, it might be a little difficult to do. So I will go back behind me and go that way, and there's another exit out there to US 31. And once I get on US 31, I can just go down to US 15, turn left, go back into Seymour. And that's what I will do. And that's the plan. So I want you guys kind of let me know what you think of this type of video as far as flapping videos. I mean, do you like them? I mean, I have thought about going into Columbus and doing some of these. There's a lot more traffic in Columbus than there is here at Seymour. Probably this is one of the most busiest intersections here in Seymour, and it's not really in Seymour, but it's near Seymour, I guess, east of Seymour. But anyway, Columbus has it's quite a bit bigger city than Seymour is, and they have quite a bit more action going on there. So if you like this type of video, let me know, and I'll try to plan that for a Friday flap and set you up in a nice camera view, and let me know about the camera views as well. Again, I've tried, I'm going to try when I edit this to go between the dash cam footage and the Canon footage to let you get a cross section of how both of them look, and you tell me which one you like better. And of course I will use the ZE-1 footage. I'll put that in a window of me, because I really haven't even been looking at the ZE-1 to tell you the truth. I've been watching the Canon, trying to watch and see when it stops. And I guess I shouldn't even be worried about it too much, because it seems to be going strong. It's at 22 minutes now and something. So it's a little bit difficult to see with the sun is not out right now. It's behind the clouds, but yet it's bright enough to where it doesn't allow you to see details in the sunlight. You know what I'm saying? It just gives you that, you know, when you're trying to, especially not wearing my reading glasses, and I can see it says 2240 down 2241, but I can, it barely can see it. And like I said, it's difficult to do. But I've noticed some of the people talking about the 3D printing video I made, compilation, whatever you call it. That's I've been getting some good comments on that, and I'm happy about that, and I think it has spurred some action on some people's parts as far as wanting one, and that's been the goal all along, to broaden our community here in the 3D printing world. The more people you have doing it, the more ideas you can get on things to print and things like that, and that's what people like to do, is get pick everybody else's brain for new ideas on what to do and things like that. So that's what the goal has been for that, and I think it's working out rather well. Now Bob and Greg, I haven't talked with Carl about it, but Bob and Greg have mentioned that they were going to be on this one here, but it turned out to be almost 50 minutes. And so I thought, you know, and I talked to both of them, they said, yeah, let's just wait till the next one. So they will be on the next one, and I don't know when that will be, but it will come up soon, I'm sure. And I may delve a little deeper into Tinkercad, because Tinkercad to me is one of the keys on making this hobby work. You know, after saying that, it's just funny because I've been watching a lot of videos lately on I don't know how you say this, photometric. I can't. It's the deal where you take and use a series of photos as a 3D scan of a 3D object. In other words, if you had you could do, the guy that I watched the video on once, he did his face, and it turned out really well. I was surprised. He had access to I think a $2,000 3D scanner, and his photo software and stuff that he used, very, very close. The results were very close to it, and I was really impressed with how well it worked. And that's free. Basically, you just use a camera and this software, and it probably is helpful if you have a turntable to turn the object around. If you're doing an object that you can, you know, just sit on a turntable and turn around. But if not, you know, you can just, and then I think he just used his cell phone, I think is all he used. So very impressive. You know, I've always kind of wanted to do a 3D scan and go from there and try to print that out. And then Bob sent me a video this morning on somebody using a 3D printer to make a metal press, metal form, whatever you want to call it, to form metal parts, and using a press. So that worked out fairly well. I was really surprised at that. I kind of thought of course now he did use quite a bit less infill than normal, you know, as far as how much plastic he used and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's really for a one-off type thing where you need something really bad and you can't get it any other way. I think that would be a darn good way of doing it in the way he did it. So, and I think he used he used several different types of metal, aluminum, steel, stainless steel, different gauges and things like that, and it was impressive the way it turned out, and I was kind of pleased about that. So there's just no end to the possibilities with a 3D printer, and I mean it's just about anything you can think of you can make, and it's just very helpful in anything you do, any hobby you have. He was making a part for his car and stuff like that, so you know, if there's something you can't get anymore, both these methods, the photo scanning and the press idea, both would be something you could use. I did watch some people do the photo scanning with the car part, and that turned out well. And like I said, there's just almost no end to how well this works out to be used. So I'm up to 27 minutes and 18 seconds now. And I take that back, 27 minutes and 54 seconds. Anyway, I think I've covered a pretty good whole thing here, and I think the Canon lasted better than I thought it would. So I think I'm going to go ahead and shut down now and get back to home and get this all put in the computer, and hopefully the dash cam this time will work out fine. I did turn the car around with the dash cam first. In other words, that first file is going to be just me turning the car around, and it won't be used on this video. But I thought if there is a problem with that, then that first one would be, you know, be used that way, and it'll be done. So that's the plan, and hopefully that will work out. So I'm going to sign off here. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see ya.